You really have to think about using a sex toy, any sex toy, as like it's part of a workout routine. Your whole life, you wouldn't just do the same 5 exercises.
This podcast is a Dear Media production.
Hi, guys.
Hi, guys.
Welcome back to another episode of Girls Gotta Eat.
EAGLES Eagles.
Oh, I was like, what's she doing?
It's Eagles season. I forgot to mention on the snack last week, which was the NFL season opener. If you are hearing this, we beat the Cowboys.
Love to see it.
If they lost, we will be taking this out.
Oh, it hasn't happened.
No, it's tomorrow. I am so amped as we record. It's tomorrow. So anyway, hope we start the season with a win. We are America's team.
You know, it's hard for me.
New merch.
I love and hate the Cowboys because you and I love the cheerleaders, but I dated that guy who worked for the Cowboys and he is the worst, so I can't root for them. So, I mean, obviously I'll root for the Eagles always.
We love the show about the cheerleaders, but we never got the cheerleaders at one of our shows.
Just the drum
So
line.
I don't have, we did have the drum line. You're right. We didn't
They were
have
pretty
the cheerleaders. Kelly never responded to my email. I have a real loyalty to a lot of these teams that we've had their cheerleaders and drum lines. But yeah, we've never had America's Sweethearts on our shows.
Okay, we're going to thank our partners. Thanks to Quince. Get free shipping and 365-day returns on your next order at quince.com/GGE and Rocket Money. Cancel your unwanted subscriptions at rocketmoney.com/GGE.
And thank you to Nutrafol. Get $10 off your first month subscription and free shipping at Nutrafol.com with code GGE10. And thank you to Liquid IV. Get 20% off your first order at liquidiv.com with code GGE. And Cakes Body. Get 20% off your first order at cakesbody.com with code GGE. Okay, so we have new Vibes Only products launching. We are so excited to talk about them in depth today. We have an incredible guest. She's part of our team with Vibes Only. She develops our products with us, and we'll chat with her about the products, and we'll debut them for you guys. And we're also going to talk about her story and dating, and she has a lot to share, and it's just a really special episode.
I cannot wait to release these toys because I have been masturbating with our new toy every day. It's my favorite thing. I cannot wait to get this out into the world, and we'll tell you about it during the episode. But
I know.
I cannot wait.
You guys will see.
Oh, I'm so excited.
Yes, so we're so excited about it. But it's officially fall. We mentioned this on the snack last week. And we were just talking about our summer, and we had a great summer and just sharing our highlights.
I think this was my best summer ever.
You had a great summer.
I had a great summer. Well,
Yeah.
this is my theme of my year. I'm doing it. So
Yeah.
I enjoyed my shit.
Enjoyed your shit.
I went to Europe. I got to spend time with my nephew, which is just like the most special, and
Yes.
just like get to know him a little better. I went to the Hamptons. I spent over a month in New York. I had the best summer. I just loved it. We had great weather, and I saw lots of our friends and celebrated my 40th birthday with like all of our friends and went on your bachelorette party. And it just was like a great summer.
Yeah, it was. It was a really good summer. And we were just talking about like some of the stories and the highlights. And I am going to share a story that's really dominated my whole summer. And it's been more of an inside joke with the friends, but I'm going to share it with the world.
Insane.
And this is something that's been happening around the house with my fiance and me. So this started probably early summer, maybe late spring, months now. Ongoing saga for months. Okay. So we do these meal kits sometimes. I'm using Sunbasket. If you guys are listening, hit us up. We'd love a sponsorship. So we had this meal, and it came with an egg or two. And it came in this little carton, the mini carton for 2 eggs. So cute. Have you ever seen this before?
No, I didn't know this existed.
Okay.
I thought it was 6 or 12 or nothing.
Right. So this little twofer, and I had seen this before, maybe in a previous meal kit, or I think you can buy 2 eggs in the store, whatever. My fiance thought it was so funny.
It is so funny.
And so cute. And he was like, I've never seen that. I was like, I know, it's like really adorable. And he was like, that's such a funny way to do eggs. And he like couldn't get over it. And so as we were like wrapping up the meal and throwing out the trash and stuff, it was sitting up on the counter. Like he wanted to save it. And I was like, can you hand me that? I'm going to throw it in the trash. He was like, I'm going to save that. And the theme of a lot of our interactions, I don't know if he's fucking with me. And I'm like, you're not saving that. He was like, I'm going to save it. I was like, you're serious? He was like, I think it's like so cute and funny. I'm going to save it. I was like, okay.
You guys are sentimental.
So
You guys are the most, everything in my house goes in the trash.
So it stays up on the counter for days, and I'm sick of looking at it. And again, I was like, babe, can I throw this out? And he was like, no, I'm saving it. And so I put it up in his room. And I don't know if I've talked about this like at length or made a full announcement. He has like his room where he has like all of his stuff.
A full announcement. I don't know that I announced that we have separate rooms.
Well, we share a bed every night. Like we share a bedroom, but he has a room with like all of his stuff, and it works out great for us.
I think it's great for couples. What a dream if you have separate bathrooms. Their stuff can be in another room. Like this is the key to a long-term relationship.
I mean, it is our guest room. So when people come, it has to be all cleaned up and there's space for everything. But when we don't have a guest, like there's shit everywhere. Like if we did get in a fight and he wanted to sleep in that bed, he'd have to take an hour to clear it off because it's like covered in his clothes and all of his stuff, whatever. That room is like kind of a disaster. So I put it up in his room. I put it on his dresser, and I don't think anything of it. Maybe about a week later, we're getting into bed, and I pull back my comforter and my sheet, and there it is. Hadn't thought about it, put it away, out of my mind. It's in my bed, our bed. I was like, you have to be kidding me. So I just like tucked it away, and
I tucked it back into the bed?
No, I was like, I'm going to hold on to this and put it somewhere for him next.
So you don't acknowledge this?
No, I don't acknowledge it. I was like, I'm like, it's my turn now.
Okay.
So I think that first time I put it by the toilet or something, like I put the toilet seat was up and I put it like behind, like right, where you'd like put the toilet seat down and you'd see it. Okay. So I think that's where I put it. Now starts this egg carton battle back and forth. Sometimes I would address it and laugh, and sometimes we wouldn't. And like the person that found it would just go put it like somewhere else. And this isn't like daily, but we go back and forth like a couple times, and then some time passes, and I feel like the egg carton is kind of out of our lives. I was like, maybe it's over. I certainly wasn't thinking about it.
Okay.
I am on my tour all summer, and I get to a tour stop. I think it was DC. I open up my suitcase. It's there.
And this is at which point you'd start to be honest and bring other people into it and let us know this is happening.
So I told you and Sally are the only two people that know about this, and she's our guest today. So it's been this thing with the three of us where I've been like telling you guys where it resurfaces.
This is when I really decided he was super funny. So I've known him for years, obviously. I've always thought he was funny, but this is when I was like, he's like on our level now.
So I could not believe he got me to take this across the country. I couldn't believe it was in my suitcase.
And now you have to bring it back.
Yes.
He's giving you a chore.
So I put it somewhere after that. And the next big one was, it was in my laundry, my dirty laundry. So I'm like, have my dirty laundry basket downstairs doing laundry, and I'm taking out dirty clothes, and like under a bunch of the clothes wedged in the dirty laundry.
That is risky.
But I have to take it out to kind of separate things. So he knows how I do laundry.
You are a little bit more
so it's
retentive
in
than I am.
My laundry basket. I was like, this is crazy. So I go and put it in his car.
I actually was wondering at which point it was going to be in a car.
So I go out because I was already down there, like the garage, the basement. I go out and I put it in his car. I kind of like wedge it in the door, like where you'd grab the door handle. And the next day he goes, where's the egg carton? And I was like, what do you mean? He was like, where did it go? I was just like curious. And he was like, did you find it in your laundry? I was like, yeah, I found it. And I was like, babe, I put it in your car. You know I did. And he was like, no, you didn't. And he was like, what do you put it in my car? He was like, I must have accidentally run over it, or it must have like blown out the window or something like that. And so I was just like, you're kidding me. You can't be serious. Like, there's no way. You got into the car and you saw it. He was like, no, I didn't. I swear to God. He was like, I must have ran over it. And
his car was in the garage when you put it on the thing.
It was in the garage.
Okay.
Yeah. So I'm like, I know he's fucking with me, but he would not admit it. And weeks went by. Weeks, 3 weeks. 3 weeks went by. Last week, I was going to do one of my outside workouts. I have an outside workout mat, and I have my like inside workout mat. Rayna, I went to get my workout mat, and it had been weeks since I had worked out like outside in a specific way. It's in the yoga mat, wrapped up in the mat. I was like, you have to be kidding me. I can't believe this is like wrapped up in this yoga mat.
That's how you know you haven't worked out in weeks.
Yeah. So I was like, okay, what's my next play? And we were going to grill out that night. So I put it in the grill.
Amazing hiding spot.
So the grill has a cover on it, lifted up the cover, put it in the grill. So he found it in the grill. And then I was like, I think we're done. This has to end. No. It's been all summer.
I never want this to end.
And I found it in my suitcase when we went to Catalina.
He double suitcased.
I mean,
he's getting lazy.
But he's like, I think he likes that moment where I find it in the suitcase.
In front of him.
In front of him.
I don't know. He double suitcased and I don't love it.
So
do you think there's a way we could get it to his office? Well, now he's going to find out about this. He listens to the show.
I'll make sure he doesn't listen to this. We'll block him.
I think it'd be funny, like a place
At his desk.
like you and I couldn't possibly have gotten into, but like we get it to his desk.
Yes.
100%.
100%.
Can we do that?
Oh my God, we have to do this. I'm going to get in touch with one of his coworkers.
You have to. I want it on his desk so bad. I'll do it myself. I'll take it there.
I have something else up my sleeve. I'm obviously not going to say it.
No, don't say
a
it.
grand finale.
We're going to keep it after that too. But
Yeah.
I am excited for the finale. And do you guys prank each other?
This is the most that we're doing like a prank. I don't know. Like, I guess sometimes we might scare each other around the house. I love to scare him if I can. But this is like our main prank.
I love prank videos so much. Like Jackie and I on Saturday night were supposed to like go to this party downstairs in the house we were staying at. And we were laying in bed watching fart prank videos for like hours. People came upstairs like, what are you guys doing? I was laughing so hard. Like I thought my eyeballs were going to come out of their sockets. But I don't want to be pranked. I don't think I'd be like cool about it.
But you'd like this. This isn't
I don't
like
wanna
a
be
prank because this
scared.
isn't going to startle you or in any way. I've seen couples do like water balloons filled with stuff, like paintball style. Like I've seen couples that like I could never, and if that's what you're into, that's fine. But like this trend is going around on TikTok, and it was like, I feel rich because this is my husband kind of thing. Have you seen this?
Oh,
or
no.
just like, it's cute, but one I saw was just my nightmare. This man like picked up his wife and he threw her in the pool at their wedding. He smashed cake in her face.
What?
Like it was crazy. This couple was
That's
like,
not a prank.
gave me anxiety. They like to do that kind of stuff. They're really rough with each other. Like the cake smash. I can't.
That's not a prank to me. That's just ruining my day.
Yeah, but they both like it. Like she posted this.
Okay, my two favorite prank videos that I watch are like just montages of people. Like when your man walks in the door, you're laying on the floor with like your head sticking out of a doorway. They just
Like
see
your
your head.
dad?
Like your dad.
No.
You gotta watch them. They're so funny. If somebody did this to me, I would not be cool about it.
I don't know if I like that, like pretending you're hurt. I did it once when I was a kid and I got in trouble.
Dead.
Yeah,
It is
a friend
really
of mine
funny.
and I did this when we were younger, and we like got in trouble. Like I think they called her house, like it was her family.
Okay, well, if that's not for you, the other one I really like is when there's like a stuffed animal or something, usually stuffed animal or a doll if you have children, tie a string to it and then film them and just kind of like move the doll a little by the string, and like they kind of like take notice of it, and then you like totally move the doll, like you yank that
my
string.
God.
People lose their minds. People jump over couches. They spill everything that they have. They like break their computer. It's my favorite videos.
Okay, all right, I'll check these
Doll
out.
string. Again, if anybody did this to me, I would never forgive them.
Right. Yeah, I'd be curious. Let us know in the YouTube comments if you guys have any little pranks or jokes around the house. But yeah, this is our main one. But this could go on forever. Who's to say?
I hope it does.
We could be dying together in hospice, and the nurse brings in the egg carton. There's Jell-O in it.
We're not having kids. We have to find ways to entertain ourselves.
To
you know?
find joy.
To find joy.
Yeah.
I have never been more solidified in not wanting children than this summer. Every day I just like got up and went, you know?
Yeah.
And that's how I'm trying to live.
Yeah, but I know, but I feel the same way. Not that there was ever any question, but also just had so much fun with my nephews and the kids this summer. So it's nice to be able to appreciate that and like love these children and also be like, not for me.
But anyways, I am looking forward to the fall and all the stuff we have coming up and your wedding. And I have fall goals now too.
Okay.
My fall goals is that I am going to go to the doctor. I'm going to go to the gyno. I'm going to change my IUD to the one where you don't get your period.
Okay.
That's my first goal. I'm going to go to your dentist. I'm going to get like that gum thing done. Not the same one as you.
Yeah, not a gum graft, yeah.
There was another doctor I had to go to. Oh, probably just Botox. But I'm going to make doctor's appointments. That feels like a fall thing to do.
Yeah, I was kind of in that era when I turned 40 where I was like, I got to get this stuff handled. Not that there was anything wrong, but like I need to get checked out.
Yeah, I'm just I got to
Okay.
get a tune-up everywhere.
I like that goal for your fall tune-up. I do need to schedule like my Dr. Barrett appointments and what I want to do before the wedding. Like, I don't know. I've thought about like a little bit of filler. I haven't had filler in years, and that, but not with
No, hard no. I'm not going to let you do this. Every time you say you might want to get filler, and then I'm like, I'm just going to let her fly. And then you're like, I don't know if I like it. He's incredible, but
I did like the temple filler.
Okay.
And I do have these holes in my head.
Well, I don't know that if weeks before your wedding is the time to take it for a spin.
All right, we'll see.
If you look at your wedding photos and you're like, there's holes in my head, we'll edit them.
Can you fix these dents in my head? Can you fix my hollow temples?
No,
guys,
but
don't look at them. Don't focus in on it.
I have been meaning to ask you when you want to go get our Botox done. So that's on my calendar
End
too.
of September, early October.
Okay.
If that lines up.
I'm available. I'm going to go to New York, and then we're going to Lady World for
shocker.
Florida.
Yeah.
I'm trying to spend more time in New York.
Yeah. So Lady World, we're going to link that on our website.
Girlsgotta.eat.com.
So you guys can get over to Lady World. That's going to be September 26th through the 28th. Our show is going to be the 26th. So Lady World in Miramar Beach, Florida. And then while we're here, I have Philly shows, a few tickets left. That's going to be September 24th, a few tickets left for that. And you can check my stuff out at ashhest.com.
Okay.
And I am going to tell you about something that will be a part of my fall. It has been a part of my summer, and that is Cake's Body. Obsessed. Rayna, I'm going to have to order more. These are like the new bra for me. Like I'm doing these all the time.
And they're nipple covers, but they're like different than that.
Yes. So I've talked about the occasions when you would wear these, and I had one, especially when we were in Catalina this past weekend for Labor Day weekend. I had a shirt that was like sheer. Like you could not wear anything under it. It would look inappropriate. I mean, you could like see full areola, like see full titty, and it was just kind of a brown color, but it was like sheer. So I wore these. And it still looked very sexy because you could still see the shape of my breast essentially, but obviously no nipple, no areola. And I was like, these are the perfect solution for so many things. So we are just obsessed. Cake's Body has these boob solutions. They have perfected the adhesive nipple cover by designing the first sticky, not icky solution. They are super seamless. There is large size and shape range to ensure that seamless coverage. So again, like it's not a one size fits all situation because we don't all have the same size breast, of course. And they have this adhesive-free nip nook. So like the center part that's going to be on your areola is not going to be sticky and you're going to pull it off. It's not going to feel like you're ripping off a Band-Aid and like rip your nips off. Dermatologists tested and approved, safe for sensitive skin. It was founded by these twin sisters, Taylor and Casey, in 2022. We've talked about how much we love what the company does and with their employees and the way that they launched. And we just feel like they're so obviously women forward, women founded, and we are just obsessed. I mean, there's so many different moments where you would need these. And I've said before, they even give my breast like a little extra shape. I have obviously really small breasts. And sometimes I just feel like some days I'm like, I am just a nipple. And so these really kind of round it out. I love them so much. I'm going to get more because you can wash them and reuse them, of course. But like, I just need like multiple pairs because I'm out here just like washing and letting them air dry. And then they restick and you just use them again. So we really love them, and you guys can check them out. To check out the product for yourself, go to cakesbody.com. You can even use code GGE for 20% off your first order this summer. Again, that is cakesbody.com, code GGE.
Okay, and I have a million subscriptions floating around. Lord even knows what I signed up for this summer to get deals and then totally forgot about it. So Rocket Money is the personal finance app that helps you find and cancel unwanted subscriptions, monitors your spending, and helps lower your bills so you can grow your savings. So the interface is super easy to use. You go in there and it will just sort of do a search for all the subscriptions you're paying for, all the services that you do and don't remember signing up for, and help you cancel them if you need to, if you no longer want them. They have a whole dashboard that lays out your whole financial picture. And I don't think a lot of people even know their financial picture in terms of what bills are you paying, what are the things that are due, paydays, things like that. So they'll lay it out for you in a way that's really easy to digest. And if you're just looking to set a goal to just be a little more financially responsible, this is like the number one tool to do it. I love the app, really easy to use. And Rocket Money's 5 million members have saved a total of $500 million in canceled subscriptions, with members saving up to $740 a year when they use all the app's premium features. Cancel your unwanted subscriptions and reach your financial goals faster with Rocket Money. Go to rocketmoney.com/GGE today. That's rocketmoney.com/GGE, rocketmoney.com/GGE.
Okay, this show is sponsored by Liquid IV. Liquid IV, if you're listening, it's time to get in touch about the gift bags for my wedding because these are going to be in them.
We did them for the gift bags for your bachelorette.
Yeah, and I don't know, was this you or Corey's idea that to tape them to the water bottle?
That was Corey's idea, and I was like, that is brilliant.
Yes. So we just had my second bachelorette, and Rayna and my other best friend Corey did the gift bags, and you guys just did like a giant bottle of water, or she did, I guess, and then taped the liquid IVs to them.
I know.
So anyway, so liquid IV, there's these little packets, and you're just gonna rip them open and stick them in 16 ounces of water, and it's gonna hydrate you more than water alone. I mean, I think I took one every morning on these bachelorette parties that I had. They are scientifically formulated to help replenish electrolytes and fluids lost from sweat or exercise. If you're just kind of feeling kind of sluggish or under the weather, it's a great time to use them. 100% daily value of 4 essential B vitamins, excellent source of vitamin C, and we have loved them forever. I mean, they're great to stay hydrated and fueled up for a workout or for sports, next day recovery, of course. And it's really an optimized ratio of all those things you need: electrolytes, essential vitamins, clinically tested nutrients that turn ordinary water into extraordinary hydration. Always non-GMO, vegan, gluten-free, dairy-free, and soy-free. So these are obviously great for summer, great for fall, great for wedding season, you know, anytime when you're going to want to stay hydrated and really just feel your best, live your best life. And we love the flavors. Lemon lime has always been my favorite since day one. I really like the guava. They have sugar-free flavors. The orange vanilla dream is a newer flavor that's going to kind of taste like that creamsicle, a little nostalgia of that summer treat. So you guys can check it out. You can savor the last bits of summer with Liquid IV. Tear, pour, live more. Go to liquidiv.com and get 20% off your first order with code GGE at checkout. That's 20% off your first order with code GGE at liquidiv.com. And let's get into it with Sally.
Okay, guys, we have somebody on the show today who is very special to us. She is our head of product at Vibes Only. She is an unbelievable product expert. She's just the warmest, most wonderful person. You guys will get to know her today. We are just so lucky to work with her. And I'm going to read you something she wrote about herself. She is the behind-the-scenes product design expert who can switch between discussing the shape of a butt plug, the merits of suction toys, and business strategy in the same breath.
Truth.
We love her so much. She is truly just such an amazing value add to our company. Please welcome to the show, Sally Cotching.
Thank you. Oh my gosh, I'm really excited to be here.
Sally's Australian, if you guys couldn't tell.
Yeah, that's not a fake accent. It's a real accent.
Can you imagine? We're like, put the accent on. We're going to love it.
I've been putting this act on for 4 years with you guys.
It's sexy.
Thank you.
It adds
I'm
to your
glad
allure
you think
as a sex toy person.
Great.
Sally, we want to get to know you with our audience. So I think a good place to start is like how long you've worked in this industry and how you came to work with us and know of us and how we built this business together. So can we talk a little bit about it?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I've been in this industry for nearly 7 years now, which is crazy. It feels like I don't know my life before.
How are you even old enough to
That's very common.
People say that about us
elementary
too.
school? Yeah. They're like, are you even old enough to masturbate?
I started doing Botox at 25. That helps.
You've been in the workforce for 7 years?
Sally doesn't go in the sun, everybody.
Yeah,
That's
no.
why she has so much clothing on.
I'm scared of it. Yeah.
Okay.
Too much skincare went into this. So yeah, I was working in the sex toy industry. I've been working in PR for a long time. I took on a sex toy client and I sort of started to turn the sex toy industry into like a lifestyle. I wanted it to be more like a fashion brand where you could picture your toy as an extension of your lifestyle, not something that's like sneaky and taboo and something you should be ashamed of. And as I was doing that, you know, other brands started to do that as well. And I started to get really obsessed with the product. I think it's all about having the right product. No matter how much marketing you do, you just got to make sure like the product is perfect for the audience. Mm-hmm. So I designed it and I was a big fan of you guys at the time. I'd been listening to you guys for years. Then the pandemic hit. And I heard Ashley had left her vibrator charger. She was a woman in need.
I didn't bring any vibrators. Like
Oh,
I
no
left
vibrators.
We didn't know we were going to be gone.
I thought I was going to leave for
Nice.
2 weeks. My dad came and picked me up in New York on March 17th. And I was like, see you in 2 weeks, ma. And so I like packed some birth control and some clothes. And I had not enough clothes. And I went to the farm in Delaware and I like posted or talked about, we were still recording obviously, that I did not bring any vibrators.
Yes.
And Sally slid into the DMs. And I was like, who's this like cute girl? And she had said that she had just been to our LA show, which was in
So much
February of 2020. So right before COVID, we went to Australia after Sally's homeland. And then we came home and like the world shut down. And she was so funny about it. And she sent me some vibrators. And then I remember one time she tagged me and she had the Dewy mug and she had put a vibrator in it. And I was like, she's got some marketing ideas over here. She knows how to catch your attention.
She does.
Totally. I'm so glad I caught your attention.
So then I told Rayna, I was like, I want to start a sex toy company. I think we should really do this. And I was like, I have this woman who I think could help us. And I just got an exploratory call with you, not even with Rayna. I was like, let me just feel her out. You had like a deck, you would pitch me. And I was like, she's the one.
You came so organized.
Yeah.
And we were just like, anybody that has that attention to detail is somebody that we want to work with.
She really like surprise pitched me.
Yeah, you shot your
She came in no lube. I was like, oh my God. Well, I guess she's our business partner now.
Well, anybody who woke up one day and was like, I want to masturbate professionally. That's somebody that I want to work with. You were like, I want to turn masturbating into a lifestyle.
It was my true calling. Absolutely. And, I just thought like I've got this opportunity to talk to these people who I have listened to for years, who I really admire. And I had really thought through like, these girls really should have a sex toy. Like I could see the vision and I just thought like I could talk about it, but I just want to show them and maybe they'll have the same vision as me. And it was so funny. We just were aligned on like the brand name and like the first concept. And I just was so excited that I wanted to make it perfect. I'm sorry I surprised you, but
it was great.
It worked.
It was like a meeting day one. So
like 4 years ago, right? Like 3.5 years. It took us about a year to build the company.
I think it was like 3.5 years ago.
Yeah, like 2021 we started. Pretty much a full year, and we launched in June 22.
Yeah, and you really brought us so much packaging to choose from, and what is the unboxing experience going to be like, and how many toys did we launch? I think we were going to launch with 5 or 6 to begin with, and then we were like, oh God,
this is a lot.
That's too many, and we dialed it back to 3, and you've just really helped us to formulate the strategy and turn it into more of like a lifestyle brand.
Well, it's been so fun working with you guys. You have a real unique point of view, and you really understand your audience. So it was actually very easy for me to work with you because you're very clear on your vision. And like the Vibes Only brand, you just seem to understand exactly what women want. So you make my job very easy.
Well, you make our job very fun because you show up with an arsenal of sex toys.
Always.
And it's like, who wants to try this one? Who wants to take this one home? And like, we're talking about this stuff. Obviously, we are light about it and make jokes, but sometimes we have to talk about this stuff very seriously. It's like, well, Rayna's going to try that one because Rayna's pussy is this and Ashley's going to try that one. It's just like the funniest job to have.
And then you are like professional reminders, like when you tap us, you're like, I know you guys are busy, but did you have a chance to use the so-and-so? And it's very funny, like our business background, like if you guys like pull the curtain back, like we're like, okay, it's time to do a butt plug. And Sally will go out and source 15 butt plugs and we'll like lay them out on the table at my house. If you guys have ever seen like videos of us like testing stuff, it's always Sally in the videos. And we'll say like, what is everything we like and don't like about these? The length, the shape, the size, the feel, everything. And like, then off we go to design something.
Well, it's so funny to masturbate and then go into Airtable and write my notes. Like it's crazy to like use a toy and then immediately put my pants back on and then be like, let me go tell everyone how it was.
And also it can be an inch shorter because my vaginal cavity can't take it, like that's our business meetings. And there's like 5 or 6 people on these meetings.
Yeah, everyone is waiting for you to masturbate. Yeah. The pressure is on.
By the time I had to use that hard vibrator in the middle of
a call, there was like a 3D printed prototype, and we were like, "You're just gonna have to try it," and like we have no time. And Ashley's like, "Okay, I'm gonna be right back.
I'll be right back."
I mean, this is the focus group.
Totally. You know what is the hardest has been like our penis designed toys, because obviously none of us have a penis. So we've had to recruit people.
That's the crazier part, is when all of us are on the call talking about our significant other's penis.
Totally.
That's what's crazy, okay? You're talking about your boyfriend, your fiance, other Ashley's talking about her husband. It's crazy that we're asking about their penises.
Well, I was single when we were doing the Richard ring. So that was very stressful because I had to recruit penises in my life and I wasn't having sex with anybody. So luckily, like every gay man, I took a trip to New York where all my gays were just so they could try it on for me. And I go on a first date and the guy brings up my job and I'm like, oh, I'm so glad you mentioned this because I actually have something that we need to try.
I love that. Okay, well, we have lots to talk about today, but while we're here, because I don't want to forget, bringing this up on dates, and you have a boyfriend now and he's wonderful and we will get to it, but you've dated plenty prior to him and even with him, I'm curious, like when do you bring it up? Do you open with it?
Yeah, you know, it is really tricky. There are two schools of guys, I think. The ones who are immediately intimidated by it, kind of shut down about it, and they want to be a bit judgmental, and you can just feel them. I'll bring it up on the first date because it is my whole life. Like, if you get in my car, I have samples in the trunk. Like, I'm not going to be able to keep it a secret from you. You Google my name, it's like the first thing that comes up is like me talking about a butt plug. So good luck. So those kind of guys, they weed themselves out. But I have been like immediately objectified on a date. Like in the first, 10 minutes, I'll say what I do and they'll be like, oh, so like what do you personally like to use? And I'm like, I don't even know your last name.
This has been my experience as well. I always go back and forth between bring this up or don't bring it up because people will think of you as you speak about yourself. And the truth is, we self-funded a multi-million-dollar company. We grew it from the ground up. We did it all by ourselves. We didn't put our name on someone else's product. We did this by ourselves. That is the crux of what we do. I'm an entrepreneur on a date. But you say sex toys, and guys take the liberty a lot of like over-sexualizing you or being playful about it. But I'm also like, well, I don't know. Like, what do you expect? It's a playful, fun thing, and people are going to ask questions. And you say, I own a sex toy company, and like the next questions are going to be a little more spicy. And so sometimes I'm like, do I bring it up at all? Do I just bring up the podcast? And that's sort of like an afterthought. But you don't have the same opportunity.
I don't have that luxury.
It is a real filtering system.
Yeah.
Remember the guy that ghosted me infamously? That I met at a show that I cried the whole thing. I'm
not sure if that guy ever existed. I was like, are you okay?
No, I have a picture of his arm and you know it. Frankie, little Frankies. Frank, little Frankies. They're one and the same. Little Frankies.
We believe you.
But I remember having this amazing conversation with him about sex toys. And I've, on the inverse, had weird ones. And it's like, I think that's just how you know.
Totally.
Yes. And once I've slept with you, then it's fair game. I don't care. We'll talk about it all the time. I mean, the amount of guys that are like, what do you got in the drawer? Let's bring it out. I just finished having sex the other night and he was like, I want to watch you with a toy. Can you go get one? Like, I was like, we just wrapped. But like, I think that prior to having sex with somebody, I would hope for a little tact and class. However, if a man told me they owned a sex toy company, I would immediately objectify them.
Why did I just picture the penis model from Sex and the City that Samantha, didn't she fuck it? He was the dildo model in Vegas.
The biggest dick.
He was bald.
I'm trying to remember.
They used his penis to mold dildos. And like, that's what comes to mind.
I would ask that. I would be like, do you ever use your own penis to model the toys?
Oh, okay. Maybe I'm seeing the bad dates I've been on in a new light. Maybe I'm like, maybe they were just curious.
It's just a line and you know when someone's crossed it and that's all that I can explain it. Like if somebody says like, how do you develop your products? That's so cool. Like what are your business meetings like? Like I can tell when somebody is just treating me like I'm some whore.
Or trying to get you to dirty talk to them.
Like, we're at a restaurant.
Yeah, there's an energy because like with my current boyfriend, we matched on Raya and that directly links to your Instagram. So it kind of does the heavy lifting for you because they'll look in my Instagram bio and see this. They're either in or out based on that. And so it's like, I think one of his first questions was like, I think I have an interesting job, but I think yours takes the cake. And so that kind of makes you think, okay, he thinks of this in a positive light. So that was like very handy for me. I already knew he was into it and he was supportive and like he has proven to be that.
Are you guys the most interesting couple? We're not going to say what he does.
He actually has the most interesting
No, but
jobs.
Like plenty of people do what he does.
Right.
Not as many people do what Sally does.
It's a niche.
But they together, I'm like, I think they actually are.
Yeah, you are. And you both ask so many questions and you're
both yappers.
Listeners and you're such yappers. I mean, God, you're so charming together.
You made me laugh so much. I was listening to the episode where you were like, we know a couple of yappers. We'll see how that goes. I was like, I know exactly who you're talking about.
So we have a few things to do today. We want to talk through the new products with Sally. briefly and just, give you guys some ins and outs. And then we want to answer your sex toy questions. Then we want to talk about Sally's dating life and her partner and some things like height and strategy. And I don't know where to start.
Well, yeah, we pulled you guys and we asked, like, what are your taboo sex toy questions? So we are going to get to all of those, how to introduce them to a partner and desensitization, vibrator addiction, things like that. But we do have a whole line of toys to introduce. But since we're talking about your boyfriend, maybe we just sort of like wrap that.
It.
Like, how did you guys, your story of how you dated for a while, we met you when you were in a previous relationship.
Totally.
That ended. We watched that one end. We watched you date a lot and find this guy. And maybe just talking about like your experiment for meeting him and how you filtered and things like that.
We really have been on the journey.
Yeah.
I mean, you went through a pretty tough breakup. Someone you lived with, that you saw your future with, and we were there for it, and hopefully you felt supported. And
Oh,
but
totally.
then it was just like Sally's journey.
Well, it is actually so funny, the role you guys have played in my dating life. And I was thinking back about it and I'm like, I think my dating life would be so different if I hadn't been a long-time listener. Because like you said, I went through a breakup where I was kind of blindsided. I didn't really see it coming. Like, it wasn't perfect, but I just was in so much pain after that. And I was thinking about your Amy Chan episode because I'd recommended it to a friend at the time. And I'm like, I have to listen to that episode. So I listened to the episode and I'm like, that's not enough. I get the book. I listened to the audiobook. And then I actually reached out to Amy because I was like, I don't know how I could ever prevent this from happening again. And that was just off the back of hearing her on your podcast, which is so cool. So I'm like dating. I'm trying to figure out how to like not go through this type of heartbreak again. And I hired her as like a bit of a dating coach. And I was telling you guys about this. And she recommended to me to not take it so seriously, just sort of like get a feel for the different types of men that are out there. And she gave me an experiment. And I remember I came to Rayna's house. I was telling her about this experiment. It's based on this thing called the secretary problem, which is like, if you're going to hire a secretary, you don't need to interview 100 people. That's like a lot of time. But if you interview 12 of those candidates, you'll get enough of an idea. And within those 12, you'll get like close to the best option. And you can optimize forever for an extra 1%. But actually within those 12, you'll find your best option. So she gives me this experiment and I take this very seriously and I go to Rayna's house and I tell her about it.
I do want to give people background. Amy Chan has been on our show a few times and she started with this breakup boot camp brand, wrote a book, and she's a dating coach. So just to give people a little background, she's a phenomenal dating coach.
And you guys broke it down for me on that episode. So I'm so glad I had it. And then, so I go to Rayna's house and I'm telling her about it and she's like, you probably have like a spreadsheet. And I was like, and she was like laughing and I was like, yeah, actually I do.
Oh, she didn't tell you to do the spreadsheet?
Oh, no, I did it.
Spreadsheet.
I did it on the back. I'm very organized.
It's an
I
Airtable.
can't like be juggling 12 different guys and get them mixed up,
Totally.
So Rayna was like laughing about it. I'm like, yeah, actually, like I have columns. Like I have like pros, cons, like how I feel when I'm with them, like, their lifestyle, if we're compatible, this type of, and we were just laughing about it. So
I like the exercise of just having a log of like, this is what I liked, this is what I didn't like. I have instant recall. I could tell you all the dates I went on this year, but I don't know. I might let somebody in after 6 months that like I genuinely did not enjoy their company that much, but you forget because you're horny, and I like to keep a log.
yeah, you can circle back to the spreadsheet.
But I like that you had to write it down. You had to think about the compatibility, like you mentioned, and the way that they make you feel, and write it down. Not that you can't change your mind, but it almost gives some permanence to it and like reminds you later when you're like, but that dick. And it's like, not compatible, not compatible with my lifestyle.
It is so Sally though, like to your credit, and so many people like, why wouldn't we put as much care into this as we put into our jobs? If you're like, I really, really want to find a partner, why not game it the same way you would game hiring a secretary?
Totally. And I mean, it does sound like I was very serious and scientific about it, but the experiment really was like, just date, not thinking each person is the one. Just know you've got to date 12 different people, one at a time. If it doesn't work out, no worries. They're just one of the people on the list. You move on to the next. And that takes a bit of pressure off of this next person has to be my soulmate. It was like I was really dating it with a bit of detachment finally, being like, okay, maybe I'll just see, like, how do I feel around him? Okay, maybe like, a music producer is not compatible to my life, but maybe like a 9-to-5 guy is. Like, it was just an experiment. And that was like really fun. luckily, I actually met someone very early in the experiment, so that kind of saved me a bit of time.
But it wasn't immediate.
No.
You continued to date after
Yeah.
him and then came back together. Did you hit 12, do you think? Overall?
Great question. I think I hit like 8 or 9.
Close-ish.
That's
That's a lot.
Yeah.
Like my sister-in-law said to me the other day, she was like, I was telling her I never ever want to go on a second date with like so many people. And she was like, what if for every like 5 to 6 guys, you promised yourself you'd go on a second date? And I was like, 6 guys? 6? So many.
Tell me you haven't been in the game since high school.
You're like, I have 2 jobs.
6 guys.
Like, well, she's never dated. She met my brother when she was 22, and she doesn't pretend to know anything she's talking about. But she's like, what about for 6? I was like, bitch, do you know how hard it is to go on 6 first dates?
And then second date, so that's 12. Don't go on a second date with that guy that looks like American Psycho because you will get murdered. I told Rayna, I was like, I want to be on record that this guy is going to really deeply offend you or murder you.
Wow.
And I want to be right.
That guy's a doctor, though.
He looks terrifying.
He does look
Oh, yeah, the
terrifying.
doctors kind of scare me. I went through a phase.
I love a doctor, but
not
like a
that
real scary American Psycho. That's what he looks like.
Looks like
Okay.
American
yeah.
Psycho, yeah.
Okay, so we're just going to take a quick break and then we will get back into it. I am telling you guys about Nutrafol. This is a part of my daily life for years now. I cannot imagine my life without it. I've talked about how I got this little pill case and I do it through the week, so I never miss a day. And this is something that I really rely on. My hair has really changed. Honestly, when I went off the pill, Rayna mentioned earlier, we were talking about birth control a little bit. And so when I went off the pill, it really made my hair thin and shed and just feel and look different. And this is something that I turn to. Nutrafol has a proactive approach to target the root causes of why your hair may be shedding or not as thick as it used to be. And so I take the women's formula. I take 4 capsules every day. It is the #1 dermatologist recommended hair growth supplement brand, trusted by over 1.5 million people. And you can feel great about what you're putting into your body, since Nutrafol hair growth supplements are backed by peer-reviewed studies and NSF content certified, the gold standard and third-party certification for supplements. We just love it. I mean, we have used it for years. They've been a partner of us for years, and we really stand by them. We met the founder one night at a dinner,
His wife
and
was
we're
so
just really
nice.
big fans of everything they do. You'll find the formula that works best for you. Just go on their website and you'll figure that out. Women, that's what I take: the women's vegan, the women's balance, and postpartum. Of course, we all know that pregnancy and postpartum can really affect your hair, of course. And so you can just figure out what is going on. They'll help you address it. It's super easy to incorporate into your daily routine. You can see thicker, stronger, faster growing hair with less shedding in just 3 to 6 months with Nutrafol. For a limited time, Nutrafol is offering our listeners $10 off your first month subscription and free shipping when you go to Nutrafol.com and enter the promo code GGE10. Find out why Nutrafol is the best-selling hair growth supplement brand at Nutrafol.com, spelled Nutrafol.com, promo code GGE10. That's Nutrafol.com, promo code GGE10.
Okay, and fall is in full swing, I guess. So it is the perfect time to polish your wardrobe and get that fall look going. So Quince is my favorite place to do that. You know, Ashley and I have been shopping there for years. We love it. They have so much to just kind of elevate your wardrobe, look polished, stay warm, and save big. I mean, I truly cannot believe the quality of everything on their website. Everything I've ever gotten, I've been so thrilled with every season. So they have all kinds of things to elevate your fall look. They have 100% Mongolian cashmere. Ashley and I have these in so many colors, these sweaters. I have the crew necks. I have it as cardigans. I wear them all winter. I'm obsessed with their bags. They have suede bags and they have like quilted bags. I'm obsessed with their bags.
They have everything. They have engagement rings. Get on there, check out their jewelry. No, the sweaters, like I wear those sweaters, like I have a bigger, baggier V-neck. I feel like I see a lot of people in that one. I wear it around the house. Like I'll wear it with just like lounge pants. Like they're just so cozy and comfy. Like I want to put that on over like a sweatshirt. Is a sweater.
It's so good.
It's so good. And it's so cute.
And Quince only partners directly with ethical top-tier factories to cut out the middleman. You guys can keep it classic and cozy this fall with long-lasting staples from Quince. Go to quince.com/GGE for free shipping on your order and 365-day returns. That's QUINCE.com/GGE to get free shipping and 365-day returns. Quince.com/GGE.
Okay, so share as much as you want.
Sure.
But in terms of like you guys, the timing wasn't right at first and you came back together. Whatever you want to share. Yeah.
Yeah, sure. I mean, like, I had been single for 6 months at this point, so I wasn't ready for a boyfriend. Our work was really busy at the time, so I was like, I'm just married to my job right now. I want to focus on that. I'll do this experiment running in the background. So I was not looking for my forever person at that point. And so I was on Raya. I matched with this very cute man. A man, by the way, because I had been dating a very young person previously, and this guy is like a full-grown man.
I forgot. Your last boyfriend, 10 years younger than you?
Oh, he was like 6 years younger than me.
Okay, he seemed like he was 10 years younger than you. And then the current one is how much older?
14 years older.
You really swung in the other direction, Sally.
How old are you, Sally? Wait, how old is Sally?
Wait, let me guess. You're 34?
Uh-huh.
Uh-huh.
And he's turning 48 this year.
He is?
Uh-huh. I know, it's those genetics.
I
great.
know. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
He looks so good. And he's such a like playful, like
Yes.
He has a young energy.
exuberant,
Yeah.
totally.
He's even
like
sexier to me now. He's almost 50. Okay, kid.
We love Sally's boyfriend.
Oh,
we were
love.
I mean, he might be my favorite boyfriend.
oh, that's so sweet.
So like we met you guys when I went with my fiance on a trip, and the first time we
Yes.
met him, it was actually randomly in Vancouver. You guys were both
Yes.
there, and I asked my fiance like later in the trip, what's been your favorite part of the trip? And he said meeting him, and he just kind of caught me at a weird moment, and I didn't like it.
No one would like that.
And it kind of ruined our dinner. But he said he was joking. I never told you this.
I like how he tried to walk it back like he was kidding.
well, why don't you just date him then?
This whole trip you planned,
I
he
planned.
said the favorite thing was being Sally's boyfriend.
I better watch my man.
Like, are you so desperate for male connection?
Wait, no,
Oh, he
I
has
want to
so
talk
many
about
friends.
this for 1 second because your fiance, men love him and he connects with men. And okay, so one of our friends broke up with her boyfriend and he unfollowed and removed us all as followers, all of our friends except for Ashley's fiance. He's the only one.
I get it. He's cool.
He's just like, maybe he forgot, but I don't think so because he remembered some random shit.
Yeah, he's like, I'm going to keep him. He was good.
Unreal. But yeah, we had the best double date. And
It was so fun. And so even at the time, like when we first matched and we went on our first date, like he was actually going through processing the grief of his previous partner. He was with at the time. She passed away. And so he was like, you know, quite soon after that, it was like half a year after that. And he was like, I just want to feel something. I just want to feel hope that maybe one day I could like make this happen for me, like, because he's very romantic. And you know, everything that comes with that, like my sister lost her husband and I knew that she had so much love. It didn't disappear when he passed away. She still wanted to like love someone and build something with someone, but it's like you go through so many different stages and you don't feel ready. And I just had a lot of compassion for him because I'd seen my sister go through it. He told me like straight away before we even went on a date. And I just was like, sure, like, you know, I'm not looking for anything serious. This is no pressure. So we go on this date and I just remember thinking like, oh my God, I want to kiss this man. And I don't know about you guys, but like I never think that on a date. Like I'm like, ooh.
unless you do. It's like you do. Yeah.
You either do or
I do
it's
right
rare.
now.
Or you
Yeah.
really
If
don't.
it doesn't come up for me, it's never going to come up.
It is more
Totally.
rare. Yeah.
It is rare for me. And so I just thought he was like so positive and warm, even though he was like in pain. And I just said to him like, hey, I'm not looking for anything serious. He's like, definitely me either. And we're like, cool. So like, let's just, you know, have a bit of a hookup. So we hooked up a couple of times on and off and like, you know, would go like a few weeks. I wouldn't hear from him. We would just stay in touch. And I was doing my dating experiment and he was like number 3. And I knew he was so not my person, by the way, because he was emotionally unavailable that I told him about the experiment. I'm like...
This is my buddy. This is my fuck buddy.
Yeah, I was like, hey pal, you're number 3, FYI.
But you read the situation for what it was. A person told you I'm not ready to be in a relationship and you believed them.
Yeah, I had no delusions like, oh, he just needs to meet the right person. So I'm like, you know, out there going on dates and he's still talking to me. And for me, he just like, he created a new benchmark. The way he treated me, even as like a situationship with like no strings, he was so thoughtful, so respectful, so positive, and just really present. And even though he wasn't in love with me, he was very loving. And I just, when I would go on these other dates, I'm like, oh, they don't really stack up to that guy.
Yeah.
And so, but I was like, oh, damn, like he's really not ready. And it got to a point where he was like sort of acting like my boyfriend, and we would spend a lot of time together. And I just said like, hey, I can't do this anymore. Like I'm getting too attached, and I know you're not available. I'm not going to try to change a man. I know you're not available. So like we need to put this on pause. And so we took a little break, and we just really missed each other. So he's like, you know, I've given it some thought, and I really want to try it. And I'm like, okay, like I'm probably going to get my heart broken, but like I can't let this man go. So we tried it. A couple of things came up. You know, when you're dealing with grief, it's very up and down. And there were just some things that like came up for him, and he just really wasn't ready.
Yeah.
And even though I was so sad, I couldn't be mad at him about it. And it takes a lot. And honestly, Amy Chan's coaching was great, because she was like, if you really care about this person, it's not about you. You just want to make sure your friend is okay.
You heal with time. This isn't, you said you don't want to change him. It's not even that. It's like you don't want to force a timeline who no one ever knows what it will be.
Yeah.
And grief is not linear, and no one can be sure. So that was the issue at hand.
Yeah. And I thought, you know, it might be 5 years until he's ready. I can't hold out hope. And so, you know, like we had a bit of on again, off again. And it wasn't like, you know, I was seeing other people at the time, or he was seeing other people. None of those dynamics came into play, thank God, because that makes it even harder and more confusing. But it was just like he wasn't ready. So I just gave him space and time and support as a friend. And we are actually finally official, and we're really giving it a go. And like, you know, the grief never goes away. He's not trying to replace somebody. And like, we definitely honor her. But at the same time, he deserves to be happy and, you know, not live with that sorrow forever.
You're really patient and kind with him. And I remember saying to you, you were in London with him for a little bit. I met up with you, and you were telling me some things he was saying. And I remember saying, like, I don't think he wants to be like this. I don't think he wants to keep bringing this stuff up and feeling like this. And I really have faith in him that he tried his best. And you were very kind and patient. And I think that what you're saying is like way easier said than done. Like, give somebody time and space, and hopefully they come back to me. Like that would make me feel crazy. But like, you're like a living example of like that you can do it, and it can happen, and life is long, and you gave him some space. And the alternative would to be angry or not show up with compassion, and then you probably won't get the person back.
Totally. That's the thing. Life is long. And I just thought, like, this is such a good person. He deserves to be happy. I don't know if this is going to be our story, but also, like, you know, there are other people out there. I'll probably find someone eventually. I'll keep going with my experiment. And I just thought, like, if we're meant to be together, like, it will work out. But oh my God, I was so sad. I was like crying all the time. So don't think I was like so cool and chill about it.
But you guys were meant to be together. I don't know forever, but you just were. Like, it just was a timing thing. And like you said, he wasn't dating other people. This wasn't like he's not ready to commit thing. Because
I think that's so different.
Someone's going to twist our words and be like, oh, it's so worth waiting around. We're talking about grief here. You know?
It's a very specific thing. He had exhibited the fact that he could be in a committed relationship before, which is a big thing. Whereas we've all dated non-committal, avoidant fuckboys who are like, oh, I'm just not sure I'm ready. Like, don't wait around forever for those guys. But this was a definite, like, specific example.
And he was being honest.
Totally.
The whole time.
And we love him.
So he is a shorter king.
He certainly is.
And we obviously asked if we could discuss this with you. You've posted about this before.
Yeah, I'm very passionate about this.
And I was watching this clip. It was actually Logan Ury, who we've had on a few times, and she's a data scientist at Hinge and a dating and relationship coach, and she's phenomenal. And she was speaking with Liz Moody, who we did a pod swap with recently, and they were talking about how women are discounting men because of a 6-foot filter, which we'll share our feelings on a 6-foot filter. But they mentioned the
You should go higher. Grow up and date an adult, okay?
Oh my God, Rayna. So roughly estimated 14.5% of men in the US are over 6 feet. You are discounting 85.5%, look at me doing math, % of the population because they're not over 6 feet.
It's wild. And then within that percent, have you ever seen somebody spill out like a bunch of Skittles on a table and say like, take this away for like age, body mass index, if you want somebody to look a certain way, a certain amount of money that they make, what profession, where do they live, like do they want kids or not? You're down to nobody.
Nobody. You think about then they got baggage. They might have ex-wives.
Yeah.
Like
right. Oh, so many people won't date a person with children or ex-wives. I don't suffer from that. I'm a big fan of divorced guys. But you're filtering out the whole world.
Totally.
And if you're really tall, I get it. But it's crazy because I'm 5'10". But I didn't even do this. Like, yeah, I don't want a super short guy, but it matters to me. I'm not going to lie. And I'm trying lightly here because my fiance is 6'3". But the guys I've dated before, 5'11", 5'10". I've always wanted someone my height or taller. But the 6-foot filter for women especially who are smaller, is kind of beyond my comprehension. And you're welcome to do whatever you want, but you could really be filtering out some great guys. And I think this is when you hear women say like, I never would have swiped on him, but yet here they are with him in real life.
Yeah. I mean, I like what I like. And if I were to build a man, if I were to pay a dating coach, go find me this exact thing, I guess you can ask for whatever you want. If I were to build a man, he'd be 6'2". That's what I like. That from across a room, that's what I would want to walk up to at a bar.
Over a foot taller than you.
Yeah, I like that. That's nice for me. But what I really like, I use this dating app Field a lot, and you can't filter for height. People put it in their dating profile a lot, but it's not something you can filter for. And I find myself talking to so many more people because I'm not looking at a certain height or employment level. So I'm just like, is this person cute and do I like talking to them? And that's what I scan for.
I love this so much because my thing is like, if you talk about it, like I've got my spreadsheets and I'm seeing it like a bit of an experiment. I'm like, why would I compete with every woman in this country? There's girls who are hotter than me, more successful, more connected.
No.
Like, why would I compete with them for people over 6 foot? Like, that just sounds like really hard.
Wait, I love this. You're like, they want the high road. I go low.
But like
Literally.
to your point, even if you thought 50% of women are doing it, they're competing for 14% of men on top of all the other disparities.
I'm already going to lose.
Scott Galloway said on our show that something like every woman on a dating app is going after 5% of the men on that dating app.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
I'm not interested in that game. That just sounds really hard to me. And my thing is like, just for me, I've never really been attracted to people who are over 6 foot because I'm like 5'2.5", 5'3". For me, I'm like, they're so big, like their limbs get in the way and they're always like, their knees are up in my business. Like for me, it's not very elegant. I want people who are like my size so we fit together well.
Good sex.
Totally. The best sex I've had is definitely not with anyone over 6 foot.
I mean, I think, and obviously Rayna disagrees based on what she's looking for, but I do think it's good when you were matched up, sorta. Otherwise, you're on top of this guy. He's got 3 feet of legs hanging off your body.
I like it.
I'm afraid they're going to suffocate me. They're so big.
Also that, yeah.
But when you think about what you describe in a person that you're dating that you love about them, their looks might come up, sure, at 5 things down the road. But like when I really think, what do I love about my previous partners? The way they look is so far down the list. Like he's tall would never come up for me.
Totally. And that's the thing. After my breakup, I wasn't like, oh, I wish he was shorter or taller. Like that was so not the reason I was heartbroken. It was because of like all these other incompatibilities. And so my thing was like, I'm optimizing for kindness. Are they like diligent? Do they conscientiously like work hard? Do they care about me? Are they romantic? Do they make me laugh? Are they great in bed? All these things. And none of that was like, oh, but he has to be like extremely tall. Taller than me. That's all I need.
Right. I agree.
And I think you probably have a lot of women out there who can speak to being with a man who was maybe not their ideal height, but they met them still, maybe in the wild or wherever, and they shudder to think if they hadn't. Like it could make them just die to think if they hadn't met this person that they're so in love with because they had a filter set on a dating app.
Totally. And like my thing is I was thinking about this. I'm like, okay, so who are the hottest men objectively in society right now? And it's like, Okay, Brad Pitt. He's not 6 foot. He's 5'11". George Clooney, 5'10". So imagine like you've got George Clooney's career success. He's good looking. Like maybe he's not a famous movie star, but he's like a really good lawyer and he's a really good family guy. But he's 5'10", and you've never even got the chance to meet this guy because your filter was stopping you. That just makes me sad. I'm like, there are hot men under 6 feet.
Obviously. And again, it's not a rule across the board, but if you've just had everything your whole life because you're tall and good looking and white and athletic, whatever it may be.
Totally.
You probably are not the greatest person. You could be. But you haven't dealt with a lot of adversity in your life. And we've talked about this before. I mean, guys that are shorter have had to try a little bit harder to have a personality.
To be respected. I mean, it's a thing. They really have had to like have a personality.
Yeah. Well, I actually think there's like an empathy element to it too, because if life isn't easy for them, they actually understand more what it's like to be a woman because like, you know, we have to compete for jobs harder. We're overlooked for certain things and like so are shorter guys. So maybe they actually understand and have more empathy. I'm not saying all of them, but like I do see it as a common trait in shorter guys that they have more empathy for what it's like to be a woman, which is awesome. This is what I look for.
They're going to hate that line. You know, shorter guys, they just understand what it's like to be a woman.
Yeah, because they're our height.
They're petite and dainty.
Well, we just wanted to talk about it with you.
Classic.
You know, it's just like, do whatever you want, but you could be missing out.
Yeah, absolutely.
And that's unfortunate.
Yeah, I mean, like Paul Rudd to me was like my ultimate guy. A lot of people's ultimate guy, and he's 5'9". I'm not saying no to Paul Rudd just because he's 5'9".
100%.
These actors are little. I used to meet them all. They used to come into quality meets where I worked in New York, and I mean, we get a lot of celebrities. It was next to the Plaza Hotel, and all of them. Zac Efron walked in, just little Zac Efron. All these people,
And he's hot. Let's be honest.
Oh, the hottest.
I mean, and Ja Rule.
So wait, would you ever date Zac Efron?
Fuck yeah. I'm in love with Chuck Bass.
Your ex was
Chuck Bass?
Your ex was probably 5'10", 5'11".
My most previous one?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, and he felt tall to me.
So this is the thing, like the preference of 6'2", I think it's like a nice to have, but I definitely think like don't set your filter
It's not
to
a need
it.
to have.
Totally.
But I mean, I like even just the competition strategy. Why would I want to be in the bullpen with every woman on earth competing for one thing?
Yeah.
Well, Nikki Glazer says that you get a hot guy to discount. Her boyfriend is on the shorter side. I think when she wears heels, he's shorter than her.
Amazing.
And she's talked about it for years. Like, that's how you get the hottest guy.
Right. The problem is when they're not nice to you and you're like, how dare you? I picked you because you were little and I thought you'd have to act better.
That's so true. Like,
That's how I felt about ugly guys.
to Sally.
Right?
Yes.
Ugly guys, you broke guys. You're like, you were supposed to treat me well.
Totally.
Because you have nothing going for you.
Well, and to Sally's point, like sometimes they are way more respectful and kinder, but on the other hand, sometimes they literally hate all women.
Chip on their shoulder.
They're real
Especially
chip.
tall women.
You're like, I did charity work because I thought this would be easier for me, and look where it got me.
That is so
Let
true.
it be known, short kings are not charity work. I said it here today.
I know. No, the audacity of a short guy to be an asshole, though. And that's like most of the guys in Boston. If you really are looking for one, if you really are looking for a short asshole, that's the capital.
Hilarious. That used to be my type.
When I see a short guy mouthing off to somebody, I'm like, who do you think you are down there talking to somebody like that? Get on a step stool and come back.
Well, did you see Materialists?
Yes.
That was a huge theme of it. And we can
That was
talk about it
shocking.
now because we don't want to give it away, but literally men getting the surgery to be taller.
That was really shocking to me. I mean, like, how would you guys feel if you had been in that situation and you went on a date with a guy and you're like in bed with him and you see his like knee scars?
I couldn't care less.
She's like, well, he's 6'2", so
Yeah, I
mean,
don't care because like you've already baked the cake. Like I'm just getting the cake. But I have empathy for a man that would go through that and would
me
put
too.
themselves through a surgery like that. Because I think that like if you really read what it feels like to be a man, and like all jokes aside, like you are less respected in professional settings sometimes. It's even me. Like I'm short. I feel like I need to be bigger to be like listened to be respected. I'm not the same physical size as other people. I look little.
Yep.
And I have felt that my whole life. When I would manage this restaurant, I was the youngest manager, and I would wear these high heels. I would be in crippling pain to the point that I thought I was going to throw up at the end of the night, and I couldn't take them off because everybody was bigger than me, and I just felt physically like I didn't command a room the same way. So anyways, I feel for a man that feels like they have to go through that to be like respected and fucked in this world.
Yeah, like the overcorrection is clearly Jeff Bezos and men like that who their whole lives have felt like that and have just turned into like the most successful prick in the world. But I have another comedian friend. I'm glad you put it back on yourself too in terms of women also, and she feels the same way, and she feels like she needs to be, I don't know, more assertive and just kind of overcompensate because she's not taken as seriously, and she also just feels like she's so over people bringing up her height. You're so small. Like, it's just, I know.
People bring it up to me constantly.
Yeah.
I notice my body language in groups of people where I'm leaning forward more to be like heard, or I'm being louder, and I feel really confident, but I even noticed that like somebody like Ashley can sit back a little more because you're a foot taller than I am.
But we all have insecurities, obviously, and like I love my height now, but I mean, years of my life were just like crying myself to sleep because I was so tall and taller than all the boys, and my feet were so big, and all I wanted to do was be 5'5", you know? I want to go back to the question about the men having the surgery. It's just, I don't know. I think it would be a little hypocritical for me. I've had my nose done, you know, like I've made changes to my appearance to look better. I think it's a different surgery. And it's so intense.
It's more life-threatening.
Life-threatening. So they're not really comparable, but it would feel a little hypocritical.
Oh, I don't judge it at all. I can't imagine what you've gone through as a person feeling like that every day of your life, wanting to change your appearance so badly and feeling like this is the only thing people see of me. Again, to put on my, I had like F-size boobs. It was the only thing people saw of me. And yeah, I got a lot of fucking attention from it. It was mostly positive, but like, what if it was a ton of attention and all of it was bad? You know? So I get it. I get wanting to do it.
Yeah.
Okay, sex toys. Let's talk about our new products for fall. They are different, stuff we have never done before.
Totally.
And we have been teasing, and we are obsessed, and we know you guys are going to be too.
Yeah. So Sally, you help us to develop new stuff. What holes do we have in the collection that we need to fill, and what would be exciting? What are people asking for? So we have 3 new products for you guys. We have a new toy, a new liquid, and a new accoutrement. You want to start with the toy?
Yeah, let's start with the toy.
Okay, so we have a new toy. It is perfect for partner play and solo. I cannot stop using it. You guys probably shouldn't touch this. I use it a lot. So this toy is called the Farrah Finger Vibe, and it is a toy that you wear on your finger, and it literally mimics the shape of your finger, but it vibrates. And we're going to talk about vibrator addiction and switching up the type of stimulus that you have on yourself, but I really like these air pulse vibrators that we sell, and this is totally different because it's not air pulse, it's just silicone, and it's a deep rumbling vibration.
It's a lot of power for a petite package. And we were thinking, because we have the Lucy bullet, which we've had different sleeves on throughout the years, and we've had a finger sleeve on it before, and that's what got the conversation started. Like, what if we created a vibrator that was all in one and not 2 different parts? And people love the Lucy finger sleeve. And I used this recently. This is mostly what I bring on when I'm traveling. And I was just like, God, our toys are so good. That they're just so good. They feel so good. I don't know any other vibrators that are as soft and silky as ours, and it's so important to us that they feel like that on your body. One of the reasons we wanted to start this company in the first place was because we were using toys that were like, these hurt my body. Like, why is this so hard?
Yeah. Rock hard.
Why does this feel so cheap? And why is the box so shitty? And so I just love the way this feels. We always do these like little ridges for extra stimulation. And the finger loop, I mean, obviously I have a petite, tiny little finger, so does Rayna, but a big hand can get in here too. So you can wear it. If we're talking to women with, you know, traditionally smaller hands, and like a big man can stick this on too. It's stretchy and silicone.
Yes, and it forms to the shape of your finger, and it extends a little further than that. It's really comfortable to wear, and I love it for solo play, but a partner, this would be, I think, my favorite toy that we sell now. If you're doing doggy and you want somebody to reach around and touch your clit and stimulate it, because it's really hard for somebody to hit those nerve endings from behind. And so a man or a woman, whoever is behind you, can very easily use this on your clitoris while they are going to town, and they don't have to hold anything because it slips, like it just stays on their finger.
Put it on early and just have it. You could be making out with this on. It hasn't touched, you know, like,
Totally.
put it on like a condom early days. You're ready whenever. Like, again, you don't have to be holding something, and have one hand that you can't use.
So this is our newest toy. You guys will love it for solo play, partner play. It comes in these gorgeous high-end luxury boxes. So if you want to gift it to somebody, also a perfect gift. And we'll talk about how to bring toys into the bedroom in a little bit.
Okay, and let's talk about, we're going to save the best for last. I mean, we love them all, but you guys, you'll see.
We don't have favorites, but we have favorites.
but we do. So let's talk about the Glow Below.
Yes. Okay.
This was your idea.
Yeah, this one I have been championing for a long time because like I am really obsessed with skincare. I think about it a lot. You just said I'm afraid of the sun, so I'm always thinking about like what I'm putting on my skin. And for me, like I was doing, 4-step skincare routine, etc. But like for my pussy, I was like scooping a coconut oil tub out and wiping it on myself. And I'm like, this is insane. There has to be a better option. And it's like, I'm really sensitive. If I put on a lotion that has like 20 different ingredients that's meant for your feet and your hands, I don't want to put that near me because like I could get irritated. I could get a UTI. So I spent a lot of time and we were talking a lot about this in terms of like what we liked, and we love like the coconut oil as a great moisturizer, but we want something that is like skincare every day that you can use, because like I use this every single day because I get out of the shower, I'm in California, there's hard water, I'm like really dry, my skin all over my body is dry, and I needed something that was like safe to put on my vulva that could get inside of me a little bit, and like, I'm not allergic to it, it's not going to irritate anything. And also like I have gotten so many compliments now on how silky smooth she is, which is very important.
Dolphin down there.
And we have a
Like a
water-based lube that we sell that you can have sex with, obviously. And so this is going to be a different type of product because it's thicker and it's oil.
Totally.
So it is our Glow Below Intimate Moisturizing Oil. It can be used internally. So
Totally.
you can use it to reduce friction, of course.
Totally, just like with a partner. Like you want a bit of slip and slide, you want some glide. It lasts for a long time because it's oil. And then like afterwards, you don't have to like have a shower and clean it all off. You can just like moisturize it into your skin.
Some people need a thicker oil in general also because of going through menopause. We've heard from people who have been treated for cancer and have gone into menopause early that they need just a little bit of extra help that a water-based lube, which gets absorbed into your body quicker, can't really take care of.
Yeah. And I remember I was getting a bikini wax one time and she was like, your vulva is so dry. I was like, what? And like to hear that, she meant like the skin. She wasn't like, she wasn't
inside
me.
you.
Yeah, she wasn't inside me. But I was like, oh my God. Okay. I mean, I have dry skin as well.
Yeah.
But I was like, noted.
Yeah, thanks so much.
Let me start slathering up my pussy.
But it's skin. And I mean, I do a full skincare routine when I get out of the shower, and I don't think to do that area.
Yeah, I'll swipe a lotion on, but like also to Sally's point, I mean, I use really clean products when I can. Not everybody does. Your lotion probably has fragrance in it. It probably has stuff in it that you don't want in your pussy. And so this, I really love that it pulls double duty as your moisturizer day to day, and also can be used internally and during sex.
With a partner. And that's the thing, there's an ingredient in there called sea buckthorn oil, which is actually really good for perimenopausal dryness, postmenopausal dryness. It actually like helps to hydrate and nourish, not just like when you put it on, but throughout the day as you're wearing it. And so things like this used over time can actually help improve, the look, feel internally as well.
And just to wrap that out, the packaging, really high end and beautiful.
Gorgeous.
And so you can feel excited to have that out on your counter or in a cabinet. It doesn't say like, fuck oil,
Which is fine if it did.
Yeah, which we will be coming out with. No.
Which the fuck oil is dropping Q1.
Check back on Valentine's Day for fuck oil.
What did I want to call something one time? Oh my God.
The suck sauce. I will never forget
not
it.
the immediate recall.
I was sitting on my mom's porch and we were trying to figure out what to call the new packaging for the suck and blow gel, and Ash was like, suck sauce. She was
is
serious.
it too much like duck sauce?
It's close to duck sauce. It's
I was
giving
like,
ketchup.
I think like this would be good for Barstool.
Let's market it to the Barstool audience. Yes.
Okay.
And
And lastly,
then final.
Yes, we have our very first sex pillow. This is the Play Pillow. Super exciting. This took us a long time time.
Yes.
Because like, you know, there are so many shapes out there. We had to test a lot. I remember I showed up to Rayna's house with like 8 giant pillows and she's like,
body size pillows.
You brought
you-
one to her birthday dinner. And I took it home and used it that night.
and we thank you for putting your body on the line for us.
Yeah.
But Rayna was like, this is out of control. And there are some really big pillows.
So the purpose of a sex pillow, if you've seen them or not, is basically so that you and your partner can put your body in different positions during sex, whether you have like, honestly, like hip pain, or if you want to elevate your pussy hole or your butthole or whatever.
Yeah, if you want to bend over it, obviously, like we use this in quote unquote missionary, but it doesn't feel like missionary.
Totally,
It
this
feels,
is the thing. Like,
oh, no, I guess he was
spicy
standing. Whatever we did, it was short lived. I mean, we have
Happy for you.
we have a great sex life, but he
loved it.
got him going. Yeah,
Oh,
he was
we
able to
love
get
that.
this angle.
Yes, it's
and
all
this,
about
like,
the
deeper
angles.
penetration.
So if you
Totally.
guys aren't watching it, it is wedge shaped and it's meant to go under basically your buttocks and it'll just lift that hole up. So yeah, actually if somebody's standing and you're laying on the edge of the bed, I think that would like...
That is the dream position for this thing.
Okay.
But it truly can do so much. I mean, for me, like I have kind of a soft bed and I have kind of a soft couch. So like if I'm doing missionary, I'm like sinking into the bed and I can't get enough of an angle and then I got to try put a pillow under me, but then the pillow goes flat. And this is actually designed to hold its shape. It compresses a little bit so it's comfortable, but it really keeps that angle and it helps you reach all different types of variations of missionary, because like missionary can get a little stale.
Yes, and it's called a pillow, but it is like a foam wedge, so it is
Yes.
dense.
Yeah.
It's not going to just crush under the weight of your body.
Totally. It's like the highest quality wedge that you can get. One great thing about this too is it's like if your guy's going down on you and you're straddling him and you're like on your knees, you can actually put this under your knees and it helps you get a little height. He can put his head on the lower part of it. And it just means you can be higher above him. You're not going to actually smother him, which, you know, sometimes I can be a little afraid of.
Love that. And we will be posting more info, of course, on social media. And then we have a great manual you guys will get with some
Which was
illustrations.
Very fun. We're doing the illustrations at the moment. Very spicy.
Yeah.
But the cover as well is like it can get wet.
Yep.
It's washable, and then there's a waterproof liner underneath as well, so to protect the pillow. So we got you covered.
And the color is stunning.
A beautiful green. It's really
Emerald
high
green,
end,
yes.
and it's velvet, and it's
it's
another thing
super
you
soft.
can leave out if you need to. Just put on your bed.
Yeah, I had to walk up the street carrying this thing
yeah,
today,
it's a
and no
pillow.
one would have known.
Of
It
course.
just looks like I'm going to a
take
sleepover.
it to work with you.
Totally.
It still works. You're like, that's for my lumbar.
Yeah, exactly.
That
Lumbar
works.
support.
So you guys, this is all out now, and you guys can shop it at vibesonly.com. Improve your sex life, you know, all fall long. We're really
Yes.
excited to bring these to you guys. So thank you for your support as always. We hope you love them.
Yes, the Farrah Finger Vibe, the Glow Below Intimate Moisturizing Oil, and the Play Pillow. Have at it. Okay, let's wrap with some questions.
Yes.
Okay, so we asked our audience what sex toy questions do you have, but there's a couple things, like always, that just always came up over and over again. So I think maybe we start with, people said, can using a vibrator too much cause me to have essentially vibrator addiction, to overstimulate my clitoris to the point that sex does not feel good?
Sure.
And how can I avoid that type of thing?
Yeah, I mean, I get this question a lot. Like, people are like, "Oh my god, I'm addicted to a vibrator. I can't get off any other way." And my response is like, you really have to think about using a sex toy, any sex toy, as like it's part of a workout routine. Like your whole life, you wouldn't just do like the same 5 exercises. So you really have to like mix things up. And so if you use a vibrating toy, lying on your back usually, why don't you mix things up by using an air pulse or a suction toy and lying on your stomach? Like try different positions to make sure your brain can also enjoy pleasure and reach orgasm from doing different things. Otherwise, like your partner is just going to have to lie there while you're like, hang on a second, I need to do my one thing that always gets me off. So it really is your responsibility to like mix it up, go manual mode from time to time.
Yes.
Well, that's the thing. I mean, we care about you guys ultimately. We're not just always just trying to sell you something. And so we encourage you to use your fingers sometimes to mix it up.
Yeah.
And really turn yourself on and try to get yourself lubricated, and don't just go in dry with a vibrator because you know you'll come in 30 seconds. I do it all the time.
Yeah.
You know, but sometimes I'm like, I can't become reliant on this. And some of this is also mental too. Like people are asking, am I addicted? Are you? you have to ask yourself that.
Yeah,
you know.
You can train your brain to get so used to one thing that it really is your responsibility to retrain it too. So just mixing things up, and like even if it's grinding against something instead of using a toy or direct stimulation, the pillow is a great idea. Oh my God.
I love that.
You could grind up on the edge of that thing. It's elevated.
Use the edge of a couch, you know?
Exactly.
That's what I'm saying.
An armchair, just when I leave.
Yeah. But, you know, sex with a partner, like, don't expect it to feel the same as a vibrator. Some people say, like, I can come really fast by myself and it takes 20 minutes with a partner. And that's okay. You're going to know your body better than anybody. Of course, you're going to be able to make yourself come faster than anyone. And direct clitoral stimulation, no other factors of how do I look? Am I making them feel good? Obviously, you're going to get there quicker.
Yeah.
But I do what you're saying. My favorite toy that we sell is called the Debbie. It is an air pulse vibe. It is a big hole. It's a suction vibrator. I love it. But I often switch off to the Farah with just the vibration or just fit my regular fingers because I don't like getting too used to one type of stimulation.
Yeah, totally.
And it's okay to feel like it takes a little longer with my partner. And you had like a really good piece of advice for that.
I think it's like, is the goal of sex to just come as fast as possible? Like, I hate when I'm having sex with someone and they're like, you have to come. It's like, I just want to enjoy 20 minutes of like playing with my partner. And like, why is it all about the end goal instead of just like, let's just spend time together. Let's play. Like, it doesn't have to be about, I must climax immediately.
And we had Matthew Broussard on a few months ago, a comedian, and he was wonderful. And he talked about his now wife, and she really can't come without a vibrator, and that's okay too. And it sounds like they have tried everything, and I certainly don't think it came from some sort of vibrator quote unquote addiction, and that's what they got going on, and they use toys, and that's fine too. We have
the best
plenty.
thing. Yeah. They help you get to know what you enjoy without the pressure of having someone else in the room. So for me, I feel like they're a great tool to like help you get to know your body on your own time first, and then you can include a partner in that.
Okay, that brings us to our next question. Probably the number one thing we got was, how do I tell my partner I want to use a toy in the bedroom? And when to introduce this with a new partner versus an existing partner, because that's probably the trickiest thing. Is I've been with my partner for a couple years, things have maybe gotten a little stale, or I'm really having trouble climaxing. And how do I bring this up in a way that doesn't, one, insult them, two, intimidate them, and make them feel like I don't think our sex life is good enough?
Yeah. In my opinion, I think I've never had any success with a guy if I've made him feel like he's inadequate in some way. So if I want to introduce toys in a relationship, even if it's at the start or if it's after a few years, you kind of want to make it like fun for them as well. You don't want to position it like they have some deficit and like they're not fulfilling your needs. You've got to make sure that they feel like, babe, you are amazing. I always feel like so good and so satisfied with you. Wouldn't this be fun to try? Or like, have you ever thought about trying with a sex toy? And like, you don't have to just whip it out in the bedroom. You could kind of like test the water first, talk about it on date night, over dinner. Like, hey, do you want to like try something fun and like get a little spicy? And it has nothing to do with his performance in bed or your partner's performance. It's just about like, let's mix things up. You want to just try this? And like, sometimes you have to ask a couple times, a couple different ways.
Like, we're on this journey together. This is us making our sex life hotter.
Totally. It's not about anything you're doing wrong. Like, I think you're incredible. Let's just like, try something. Maybe you'll like it. Maybe you don't. It's cool if you don't like it. Make sure there's like no pressure on them either way. But like, it's fun to explore. Like, maybe it feels good to like use the Farah like tickling his balls. It's not just about, it has to be on your clit, Like, you can really like include them, run it up their inner thigh, like put it on their perineum. Like, that will feel good for them too. It's not just about your clit.
I like that. Just they will enjoy this too. And also, this is not replacing you. This is in addition to
your
us.
sous chef.
And
why do you hate your sous chef?
I think that people are worried about intimidating their partner, and unfortunately, size has to do with that sometimes. And so the Farah that I'm holding on my finger, I think is great because it just mimics your finger. It's not some giant thing.
You're not saying fuck me with
It's
a
like
dildo.
a bionic finger. It's just an extension of your finger. It's just making your finger be able to vibrate. That's awesome. It has nothing to do with like the size of a penis. You don't want anything that they would feel intimidated or competing against. That is like just so cute and innocent.
And the handcuffs too, I mean, people view all our different products in different ways, but I think that's a great entree. And that's like light bondage and something easy to grab that has nothing to do with what they're able to do or not do with your private parts. You know, that's just like a hot, sexy thing. Let's try it and grab it. And that can be, again, that might be too high level for someone, but the pillow, like that's what I'm saying. The other products, they can be your gateway into the vibrating.
Yeah. And like, oh, you loved the wedge. Like, oh, cool. What else, you know, is out there? Here's another option. Oh, here's one that vibrates, you know, because it's like a slow build up.
I love that advice. And it reminds me of this interview we did with a dominatrix and people talking about getting into BDSM. And she said, like, people don't have to start at the highest level. Like, use a sleep mask and put it on them and just touch their body. Like, you don't have to go like full send.
Absolutely.
Okay. And somebody said, a bunch of people said, like, is there ever too soon to bring this up?
Yeah, I mean, I guess it depends on like the vibe with the person. But once you start to talk about things sexually, like even before you've ever had sex, you kind of have a conversation that like gets a little bit intimate and hints toward the fact you're going to sleep together. So like maybe that's the time, like, you know, like how adventurous are you? Or like, have you ever used toys before? And you can make it like fun and playful, and no matter what their response is, don't be judgmental towards it, but just be like that could be kind of cool. And if they're intimidated by it, you can just be like, you know, it can just be fun. It can just be like a way to add to it.
Yeah, I think like I would not wait too long because again, it's just you've gone too far. You're not a couple that uses toys. You've been 6 months, a year, years down the road, and then you feel a little desperate trying to spice something up because maybe you've lost some of that spark. But when you feel comfortable sexually, you've had sex a bunch, you're joking around, you know the way each other's bodies sound and smell, and you've seen each other naked, and you've run to the bathroom in front of him to let yourself leak as come out of your body. Like you feel comfortable.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Like I think we know that sweet spot.
Yes. I don't think it's ever too soon. I think the sooner you can start writing these sex scripts together, the better. But okay, let me ask you guys. This kind of came up a lot. I was going to skip it, but what do you think about reusing sex toys with a new partner after that partner? So like you're in a relationship, you guys have sex toys you guys use together. Is it kosher to reuse with the next partner?
Well, that's why we have a cleaner. And people also asked about how to clean their vibrators. So we have the Vibes Only Clean Her foaming toy cleanser. And this is going to sterilize your toys and make them just like new.
So if you, that's it. You just got to clean between. These are expensive. I'm not tossing this out with the boyfriend.
Oh no, God no.
Like I wouldn't trust a guy to have cleaned them. You know, that's on you.
Fuck no. You have to clean. You got to get in a man's sex toy.
But if we're talking to women, which I think for the most part, women are the ones that are leading this charge. I mean, I don't know. Like, is he going to ask and be pissed? Like, he's going to be like, oh, did you use that with another guy? I mean, you don't want to lie. Like, why don't you just be like, none of your business and it's sterilized?
Yeah. Or
there's the language.
My ex never wanted to use these. So you actually are the first person I've ever used them with. I'm wondering how many people would even ever ask this question.
Just lie. Just lie.
Yeah, I think we're safe to lie on
or
this
you
one.
can be like, oh, when are you worried about it? Buy me a new one. Send them a link. Drop a link.
Absolutely.
So the cleaner, yes, we love this. This took a long time to develop too. We wanted it to be perfect. I love the way it foams. And you're just going to clean your toys with this, kind of scrub them lightly for about 10 seconds. You can sing happy birthday if that's the way to
duration to leave
clean
it on.
your hands, and then rinse them clean and let them air dry or towel dry.
Totally. This will give you the peace of mind because this is the thing, like you can use soaps, but a lot of soaps now have moisturizers and oils and all these types of things that actually like do not remove germs, and they also like leave marks on the toys. So you want to use something like a toy cleaner or a very clean soap or detergent, but the toy cleaner is not going to be like harmful to your body. A detergent might be a little too harsh. But yeah, you just leave it on. You leave it on for like 10 to 30 seconds, make sure it gets all over, and then just let it, you know, rinse under the water, let it air dry. You're good to go.
Okay, I have a question and I want you guys to answer honestly. I use the cleaner, obviously. Do you use it every time?
No, people ask that. People ask, do I have to do it every single time?
I know they asked, and I'm asking you guys.
No, I don't do it every time.
Okay.
Do you know how lazy I am?
Yeah, can I tell you my hack?
But Sally
for
might
this?
have to say you have to for legal reasons.
Yeah, for legally, yes.
Okay, I would.
But here's my hack to it. So the reason that you want to clean your sex toys is because like it can get like fungal germs, bacteria, all this type of thing. So my hack when I'm feeling super lazy is I'll use it like over my pants. Like so it's like there's no skin to skin contact.
Oh my God, inside of me.
Inside of me, immediate.
But here's my justification.
Yeah.
I rinse them every time.
Amazing.
I do. Like for sure. I have never used a toy and put it in my drawer and gone back to it without rinsing it under the water.
Yeah, I got some things rattling around in my drawers. You really want to rinse it.
But sometimes I'm like, if it's just touching my clit, how many people have touched my clit?
This is so funny.
Not clean hands. Like how, you know what I'm saying? Like, sorry. It's just like,
I don't wash it every time.
How many people have we let finger us?
Yeah.
And they
So
haven't
true.
necessarily.
Dirty fingernails.
By the way, I love your microbiome. It's stronger than mine. Like mine cannot handle
That's why I don't get sick.
Yeah, totally.
Mine can handle literally anything.
And that's why I don't get UTIs. I'm like a kid. Like I
my
lick
God.
the floor.
I literally get a UTI just glancing at something that's unwashed.
See,
so
you
my
didn't
thing
let
is
enough
like,
dirty
yeah,
hands touch your pussy.
Exactly. Like I'm like, can you wash those things?
The only time I get UTIs is when I fuck in Vegas, and I'm. All right. Well, maybe we wrap up with one question, then we have to let you go. But a lot of people wanted to know tips for getting into butt sex. Here's my thing. I don't think you should do anything you don't want to do. And I don't think men would. I don't think men are asking sex columnists, like, how do I do this thing? How do I get my body penetrated in an orifice that I don't like, that's not going to feel fun for me, for another person? But sure, let's play the game of do you have any tips or tricks for just getting into a little light butt play?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the thing is, like, you want to make sure you're aroused before you even start to, like, go near butt play. Because the thing is, like, you want your body to be relaxed and turned on. You want there to be blood flow, like, to your pelvic region before you ever like start to go near the butthole, because if you're like uncomfortable and you're not warmed up, that thing is just going to tighten right up and then like it's all over. So you want to just start with like getting aroused in general, a little bit of body massage I always recommend, and then like for me there is like one key word: lube. You need to make sure you have lube on hand. Like you never want to go in dry. And I'm not talking like using spit. Like you have to use a product that like will last, because spit will just be absorbed by your body in an instant.
Sally, please. Are people really out here spitting on a butthole for lube?
Oh my God. Well, if the videos I've watched or anything to go by.
I was like in the porn I watched.
Exactly. I'm like, this is not real life, by the way, just so y'all know.
Once they go near that hole, I turn the porn off.
Spit on my ass porn? Okay.
And so the thing is, like, for me, a lot of people think it's all about like penetration. You want to get inside, and that is just not the case. That's something you really have to work up to. So you want to start with just gentle massage with fingers, with your mouth, maybe with a vibrating toy on a low setting, and you just want to focus on the area around the butt. You don't have to focus fully on the hole and going inside right away. Then you're going to tense up. And I will say, like, if you are using a vibrating toy, that's a great way to get loosened up. But you want to make sure you have a toy that has some kind of anchor so you can grip it. Because the last thing you want, worst case scenario, is your butt gets a little excited and it swallows your toy whole. So that's why we have our Annalise, which is all about, like, it has an anchor so you can hold it and it sticks out of the body, because, like, you want to make sure, like, you're having a spicy night, you're not in the emergency room.
So, like, to wrap that up, be turned on, start slow, work your way up to it. And if your partner doesn't want to have patience for that, bye. I'm doing this for you. I don't even want to do this.
Amen.
Anyways. All right. Well, Sally, this has been amazing. You guys can shop the line of Vibes Only at vibesonly.com. Obviously, follow us on Instagram. But this has been really wonderful. And thank you for being here. We love you. And you're a great partner to us and great friend.
Yes, and you guys really had a lot of questions, and I do want to take some more. And some of this stuff is on our Instagram too, like how do I put the cock ring on? I did a whole tutorial. I used a banana, get into it. But we will continue to answer these as we go on and talk about our products, of course. So vibesonly.com, like Rayna just said, girlsgottaeat.com is where you can find everything about the podcast. Girls Gotta Eat Podcast on Instagram and TikTok. I'm Ash Hess. Rayna is Rayna.Greenberg. Subscribe on YouTube. Share this episode with a friend, and we'll see you next time.
Have a good week, guys.
Bye.